guys, this is Jella and welcome back to my channel. We are now in the last part of our No Game Pass Autumn Town series. And for this part 12, of course we would be making an abandoned house on this last spot. Again, this is a No Game Pass town, so if you like to build your own autumn or fall town, you can definitely build one without buying any Game Pass. Anyways, this is actually going to just be a simple small house because we are only using a 5x5 square. And make sure to use this dried grass flooring outside the house. I'm also going to use the classic fence, so I deleted every fence I added on the part 1 of this town, hehe. Sorry for that. And to make this really look like an abandoned house, I added this bare tree because no one has lived here since the 90s, so that is a lot of decades. We might not know if this was really abandoned or someone has been staying here for free without anyone noticing. Anyway, we are going to add this leaves pile, and I'm just gonna recolor it to look like dried leaves, and we are going to use the delete undo technique so we can place this leaves under the tree. I also copied the floor ivy we have from the other house and place it in front so the tiles and the grass sort of have a connection. I also wanted to add this bare tree on this corner so it wouldn't look too empty here, but since there's a fence and wall, it wouldn't be possible. So just delete the wall and rotate the tree to where it can be placed, and at the same time undo the wall. If this is your first time trying this technique, it would be a bit tricky, but every time you do it, you kinda memorize the trick. Now for the roofing of the house, this round part at the front we will use the pyramid roof. And for the other part, I used the gable roof. So you can adjust its height as well and the thickness of the roof. For the walls, so to give this abandoned look, we want it to look very stained, and so I will be using the dirt stain texture and color this flint. This goes all around the house. The roof color, of course, this would be black, and I just looked up for a roof tile texture. I also made the interior ceiling a dirt stain texture as well. I'm gonna add black ceiling wall trims and floor trims around the house because this looks quite plain. Now for the door, of course we will use this broken door because there is no better door to use in an abandoned house than this one. And I'm just gonna make the frame black as well and change the wood planks to a darker brown shade. For the windows, I don't like how this sunset window looks like for this house, so even though this looks better for an abandoned house, I will just use this factory window and also make the window frame black to match the other frames and trims. I copied this lantern attached in the upper roof, but I will remove the light so it would look like there is no electricity here. I wanted to add this gravestone, and this spot is very plain, so I will move it next to the bare tree on the side. I think it looks better here and it seems as though it was supposed to be hidden. Anyways, the surrounding of this house should have a growing grass since no one has been taking care of it. So I will just add this short grass around the house as much as I can. I know it looks unappealing, but we have to really clutter up this front. I also added some more dried leaves pile into the spots I can. And just adding this trash bags as well. I was thinking what more clutter and trash can I add here to make it look like really abandoned though. So I added a few open crates and this piles of trash. Don't forget to copy the color of the grass for the trash. We also have a single trash bag, so I added this in front. And I also added newspaper, but recolored it to a dark gray so it would look a bit old. I also added more paper stacks and recolored it dark gray as well. I also added a few random slippers that might be left by the previous owners. Now we will add this overgrown wall vine just to really give this exterior look abandoned. As you can see, we cannot place the vines if there is a window on the spot or side. So in order to place the vines above the windows, we will use the delete undo technique. Look at how good that vines looks crawling up the window to the roof. It looks good for me because I didn't want to leave the front windows clean and empty. So this option is great for abandoned buildings. Anyways, I added the walls inside so this 3x3 square is for the bedroom and then a 2x2 square for the bathroom. Add different flooring for the bathroom and then the rest of the house can have the same flooring. I made a mistake here by also including the angled floors. So if you will use a texture floor, make sure to manually add the floors and leave the angled ones, so the texture wouldn't be crooked. I used the same dirt stain texture for the walls, but used a lighter gray color. I also added wall trims, but color it the same as the wall so it would match this wall stains. And here is me trying to redo the flooring as I mentioned earlier, hehe. I wanted to use this old wooden plank texture for this house. It is very timely to use this for an abandoned build. Then duplicate this floor and add it on the angled tiles. I'm gonna add this exposed wall structure from the windows and place it randomly. I also wanted to use this large hole in the wall, so I'll just place it on this wall separating the bedroom and bathroom. I guess it is not separated now, hee. Now for the interior doors, I'll just use this plain door, and we will make the texture stained as well. So in making this abandoned house or building, we will make the texture of all the furnitures and decor items a stained texture, or dirty looking as much as we can. I used this covered sofa chairs and glad that we have this since it is perfect for abandoned houses. I used this fancy end table in the living room since this house was built around 50s or 60s, and the house has not been used since the late 90s. So we don't know why it was not bought by another family after. Anyways, moving to this small kitchen over here. Glad that this is an abandoned house because the layout is so small we cannot fit a proper kitchen here. So we just have this shaker counter and a not-so-new stove with oven. We have a space over here to add another shaker counter, so we have to do the delete-undo technique so we can add the counter beside the stove. So at least we have 2 overhead cabinets for storage, and then I added the windows back to the spot earlier. I like how the corroded kitchen sink looks like. It definitely gives abandon, right? Anyways, I changed the base counters to a wooden brown color so the furnitures wouldn't be all white. Let's add this boxes and I'll use the open one cause they probably were trying to pack their stuff and something happened that the owners didn't finish arranging their things on the boxes. We have this wall over here which I think is perfect for a fireplace. I think this was a great addition to an old house since most of the houses from the early 60s have a built-in fireplace. Or is it depending on the location? I wouldn't know cause I live in a tropical country and we wouldn't need this because of the scorching heat here, hee. Anyways, I added some picture frames above the fireplace, and we will look for some photo decals later. Just adding some clutter like this books and too bad we cannot change the texture of the book. I'm gonna be jumping back to the kitchen and add this corroded frying pan. I guess this wasn't washed for decades and left to decay. I wanted to add trash bags and piles of trash inside the house because since this was abandoned, maybe someone tried to live in here for free. We don't know, but given this loads of trash, this would be a possibility. Now we will move to the bedroom and I'll just use this industrial pipe bed. I was thinking of using the old mattress we have, but since this was a proper house before, I think it would be better to use a bed with a frame. Let's add windows on both sides and we can see on the side window the gravestone OMG. Imagine laying down the bed and then turning to the side just to visibly see the gravestone close to your window. Creepy. Anyways, I added this desk over here and I'm just gonna add a few clutters. I also changed the texture of the table to give this look old stained. And I'm using this folding chair and make it look old and a bit broken down. I really didn't know what should I add since this was an abandoned house, so I just placed this organizer and newspaper, a bottle of bug spray and a photo album on the side. I used this simplicity wardrobe and colored it brown with stains as well. Then I added a basket and some boxes to clutter up the space. Now for the bathroom, I wanted to use this wall-mounted stain sink because it would be perfect for this house. But I couldn't add it and I don't know why. So I used the sink instead and just changed the texture to make it look stained. I also added this broken toilet bowl and a shower which I colored to look corroded rust stains. I used the simple flat mirror and then added a horizontal window above for ventilation. I also added some electrical outlets and another window above the bed frame. And just adding some spider webs on the wall, as well as this exposed wall piping above the toilet bowl. For the lighting, we will use this light bulb and change the lighting color to flint so it wouldn't give as much light in the room. Just gonna add a few more clutters on the floor. Let's also add this barrel in the bathroom, and we will just change the texture to a corroded metal. Don't know what is inside that, maybe it's just water, right? I'm gonna add a few maintenance tools over here, and it is not very sketchy adding a saw on the cabinet and a hammer on the countertop. Very normal, yes. I also added a small gas can on the cabinet. I searched up some decals on the free images for wall cracks, and we will add a few more detail inside the house. So just do the delete-undo technique if you will place the decals on the same spot where the first item is. So I searched up wall stain for this decal and used the transparent decal from the frame section. Feel free to add more clutters inside the house. I wanted to add like a sign in front of the house. So I'm gonna use this transparent basic shape and place a frame painting on it. I'm gonna search up a sign that says beware or like keep out of this property, something like that so it would look more creepy. And I just added this metal trash bin. Going back inside the house just to check if I need to add more wall stains, and so sorry if I keep on jumping back and forth places. I also colored the stains black to make it look old. So yeah, this is our last house. And we are finally done. After 2 months, we finally finished our No Game Pass Autumn Town series. So this is the last house and build for the town, and I really wanted it to end with the abandoned house build. This is how the exterior of the house looks. It feels a bit spooky in here, and I also love how the bare tree gives this abandoned vibes. I also searched up this decal from the free images. So every photo decal I used in this house is from the free images and just searched it up. So yeah, we have a lot of growing grass and dried leaves, and it seems a bit lacking. I just wish it was easy to place everything down closer together, but since we have no Game Pass, I think we did a good job. I also added this toddler bicycle in here because you know in movies, there is always some kid's bike left and they were too scared to get it back.
Do you want to be eaten alive? No! Then get out of here!
I always imagine it was the Monster House movie that really gave me the chills when I watched it back when I was a kid. Anyways, there is a gravestone at the back of the house, but we don't know whose is it. Maybe one of the people who used to live here. But yeah, this is how it looks like on the side. Now let's go inside the house. And it is very dark in here since there is no electricity. But yeah, this is how the inside looks like. This house is actually pretty small, so we have the kitchen as you enter, and the living area on the left. Look at how clean the kitchen looks like. Very neat and seems brand new, hee. I think we can cook here since there is a stove and a frying pan ready to use. We also have a sink in here which I don't know if there is running water. But anyways, this is the living room. Very cozy in here, right? We have 2 sofa chairs that is very new and slightly damaged. And this photo frames may be from the previous owner. They left a few of their things here, so let's go to the bedroom and check how it looks like. So this is the bedroom. Very clean, very organized, very cutesy, hee. I mean, who wouldn't want to live here for free because the bed looks brand new. Just spray a few of these and you could get comfy sleeping here right next to the gravestone, hee. And you wouldn't need to leave your room if you would go to the toilet because it has an easy access. The bathroom is very neat, I must say. It has a complete set of toilet bowl, shower, and sink. And there is a freebie. It comes with this big barrel. Just be careful when opening it since I don't know what is inside of that. Anyways, that is the end of our town build. Thank you guys for watching the part 12 of our No Game Pass Autumn Town series. I'm so happy that it is finally finished. It took some time because I got busy as well. So I will be posting the full tour of this town maybe tomorrow. I wish I could film the tour with you guys, but because of time restriction, I would just record the town tour. But comment down below if you would like to visit the autumn town and I will check on my schedule when I could open the town. Probably on 31st of October, which is tomorrow, but late at night. I will inform you guys on the comment section. Anyways, I would appreciate your support by giving this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also click on the notification bell so you won't miss the latest videos I upload. Help me reach 10,000 subs before 2024 ends. This would help me a lot, especially in making future videos for you all. Love you guys. All the build information will be in the description box. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, or night. Love you all and take care. See you on my next video.